Okay. I'll assist. Uh, got 0.
Well, can somebody mark 1 momentum?
Oh, Jesus.
I'll put that down.
Okay, you got a complication. Do you, is there a way to remove one without, momentum? Can you spend threat to remove a complication?
Or you can re-roll it.
As a GM, you can take 2 threat per complication if you want, rather than actually making a complication.
The ship explodes.
I have a complication of mind. I just want to know if the players want a chance to get rid of it.
Oh, basically, DJ's, you know what? It's gonna be funny. We might as well go with it.
The proximity to the nebula is causing an echo. There's 2 on sensors not close to each other.
He looks at Corvinus and he goes, "Stop pressing random buttons."
I'm helping.
And just so you know, Corvinus is not here. That's Karava.
Karava.
And then Grab would go, we're in a situation, get serious.
Okay, she'll calm down a little bit, and I guess we should probably fine tune the scanning. I guess a bit more.
All right. If you want to try to fine tune the scan, this is going to be a reason engineering roll, difficulty 2.
Okay. All right, and I will roll that. Let's see. I think I rolled it. Wait a minute.
I'm sorry, difficulty 1. Oh well, you already rolled. Never mind. I'll accept the second roll.
Okay.
Okay, you're able to fine tune it and tell which one's the right one, and from long range scans, it's pretty badly damaged.
Okay. She'll turn over to DJ. Say, sorry about that. We got the scan of the location.
That's okay. Just make sure you know what buttons you're pressing next time.
Glad would say open communication to the escort ship.
Yep. She'll look over to Data's head. Do you want to open communications?
I'm not gonna make anybody roll for this. It's just pushing a button.
Oh, okay. I'll push the button then.
What's the name of the escort ship, GM? I'm sorry.
The escort ship is the USS Argyle.
Argyle, we got a distress call. We're moving to intercept. Its distress call says it was attacked, so keep a lookout for hostiles.
Okay. Will do. I do have a, what's it called? I have a thing for that. I'll just try and find it.
Well, the captain of the other ship would say, understood. And then Grab would say, alright, lay in a course.
Yep.
Soth will ask, is there any sign of the attacking vessel?
You can roll reason science difficulty 1.
Yeah, I'll probably fail that. If it's insight security, you might have a chance, but reason science.
Well, I'll accept security since you're looking for potential hostile ships. I'll accept security.
Ooh, can I assist?
7.
I have a
Yeah.
ability thing called Wary. Danger comes from any quarter. Danger can come from any quarter. You cannot be caught off guard. When you attempt this task, you notice or detect an enemy or hazard. You may reroll 1d20.
I believe you have to be the lead for that talent, but yes, you can use it.
Okay.
Alright, you do not see any hostile ships in the area. You don't see anyone else in the area. And you guys got 2 momentum, so yep, 4 momentum.
Sothwell comment, doesn't appear to be anything in the area. Maybe a cloaked vessel. Out of character, from our scans, can we tell anything about the battle damage? Because they claim they were under attack to the ship that we're heading to. From
You're too far away to get energy signatures of the weapons or anything like that.
Okay.
But about 20 minutes goes by and you make it to where the ship is, and now you can run a more detailed scan if you want. It'll be reason or insight, security or engineering difficulty 2. Well, no, yeah, 2.
I'll use 1 point of threat to roll a third dice for a difficulty 2.
Okay.
I will assist.
I get to re-roll one of those dice because I used threat. Excellent. 2 on the nose.
Didn't help.
Alright, the battle damage, the scans say the battle damage was caused by Orion weapons.
Okay, alright. Sothwell appear to be Orion weaponry, although that is often highly irregular.
Can DJ run a scan of any warp signatures in the area? Like somebody warped out just recently.
Yeah, yes, you can.
Can I assist?
That'll be a reason or insight, security or engineering difficulty 3.
I am
Yeah, let me assist.
going to. Yeah, I would like the assist, and can I use a momentum? 1 momentum.
Fine by me. Is that fine by the players?
Yeah.
Yep.
If anyone wants to assist, then
Yep, assisting. I got a 4.
For that, I'll give you bonus information. It was multiple ships, and they all left on different trajectories, all heading towards Dominion space.
Captain, it looked like there was multiple ships involved heading to Dominion space.
Understood. Does the damaged ship have communications aside from their emergency beacon?
Who are you asking?
He was asking ops. Sorry.
Who's that ops? Ops is
I
engineering.
don't.
Ops is engineering and science. So who's got a good engineering and science?
Me,
Okay, you're at ops.
totally.
Yeah, boot Corvinus off the ops.
All right. What was the question? I'm sorry.
Can you make contact with the damaged vessel?
Aye, sir. I hit the console, and is there a response?
Audio only, but yes, they go. We are grateful that somebody answered.
Okay. What seems to be the problem? How long do you guys have, approximately?
Main power is out. We have short range communications only and no life support.
I see. We are here to help. In any way
Somebody
we can.
answer.
Captain, he's on.
He say, we're coming to help you right now. Stand by. I need a boarding party. He would point to, let's see, Data's head and Mac. You two come with me.
Yes, sir.
Aye.
And he's taking you guys down, and he has another. Let's see, who's one of the other instructors? He would have another instructor go down with you guys. He's staying with the ship, but he takes you down there, and he says, "All right, you're gonna be down there to help what you can. We're beaming them to the sick bay right now." And try to save the ship the best you can. We'll get the escort ship to come and help.
Yes, sir. He takes a science kit and an engineering kit to be on the safe side, both.
All right, and the other officer would be the medical officer, obviously. Tali, I think's the name.
Yeah. What was that?
The medical instructor. It's well, what's the character's name? Valar.
Yeah. Valar.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to play Valar going with the cadets over to the ship?
Sure, I could do that. I just have to look up her stats and stuff.
Well, mainly they'll be doing the rolling. You're just making sure cadets don't screw things up, basically.
Sure, I could do that.
Okay, Glav would say, all right, you have the cadets over there. Keep us informed.
Aye, sir.
All right, and you go over to the Dosai ship, and at any rate, meanwhile, Dosai got beamed to the ship and are being taken care of by medical personnel.
Okay.
In the ship, you see it's very damaged. Consoles are exploded. There's no power.
Fires. How many injured that we see in our general vicinity?
They've already been beamed to the ship.
Okay.
Can we start with the repairs or scanning to see what we can repair?
Yeah, start scanning to see what you can repair.
Okay.
And that would be reason, science, or engineering difficulty 1.
Can the cadets call upon the instructor to assist?
Yes.
He goes, I don't know what's wrong with this tricorder. Something's wrong.
I guess I'll assist. What's the role? Just reason engineering.
Or, reason, engineering.
Okay.
Corvinus, is Corvinus there?
Nah, it's Crava.
Bravo.
Yeah.
I accidentally rolled 1 dice, but I did pass. So, and with a 1.
Oh,
If I was doing
okay,
it.
yeah, so...
Because I have really good reason and engineering. 15.
You can do it. Yeah.
Or should I re-roll that? That natural 1.
No. The lower the better.
There we
Yeah.
go.
One's a
Let's
critical
keep it then.
success.
Yes, we'll call it then. Thank you.
Alright, so somebody succeeded. I'm not seeing it.
Oh, does it say the Linnaeus time one?
I think it's the
Or
one
no?
that says control security.
Oh, the
Oh,
control security that was supposed to be a reason.
Yeah, I pressed the wrong thing. My bad. I can do it again.
And make sure you put 2 dice instead of 1.
Yeah, I saw that too. Thank you. Here. Have fun again.
Yeah, you still succeed.
Yes. So then what are the systems that are down?
Everything's down. It was cut off pretty much right after the power supply, right after the power plant.
How's life support?
Down.
I guess we should probably bring that up first, maybe, for all of us.
All you have to do is fix the main EPS conduit and you can bring everything back online.
Ooh.
Yeah, DJ will go down to the main EPS and bring Data's head with him.
That sounds so weird.
I'll change that for next time.
I'm gonna oversee you guys as Valar.
Yeah, Data's head's character's name Drava, so just for future reference.
Yeah. He's gonna take Drava down with him.
Alright, let's get it back online.
That's gonna be a control engineering difficulty 2.
And remember, cadets can call upon the instructor.
Yes. At any time you can ask the instructor for assistance.
He looks over to Drava and he says, "You can take the lead for this."
Alright, thank you for trusting me. So I can, whenever I attempt a task with engineering, I could buy another D20 with do we have any momentum? If it's a difficulty 2?
Yes.
As far as I know, I tried to
3
keep
points.
track. I think you have 5 momentum.
Oh, we got
Okay.
3, I think.
3, okay.
Okay, so I'll buy 1 die if that's alright, and then if something goes wrong, I can re-roll it. One of them. The one that I bought. And then I'll take an assist, please, from our superior.
Okay, the instructor. All right.
Yeah.
I will assist.
You got
Ooh.
DJ who's gonna.
I got a 17.
So I'm gonna roll 3. And then what were my? It was reason and engineering, or
Control and engineering.
oh, sorry, control and engineering. My bad. Control, engineering. 3.
Assist is 1 die, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
What happened? Did I do it?
Yep, you succeeded. You get the EPS conduit on, and everything kicks on.
Yes. And that's how we do it in Starfleet.
Let's see, who would be? Mac, your account's on. It pops on. Give me a reason security difficulty 1. No, difficulty 0. It's right there.
Yeah. I'm not good at security.
At least you didn't
Okay,
get a
apparently you just didn't see the screen light up.
Kravagus goes to push the button, I guess.
All right, Krav, go ahead and make reason security difficulty 0. All right, it's a communique between the lead docile of that ship and the Orion Syndicate. It says that he was providing the Orion Syndicate with trade route information, and they were using that to attack Dominion trade routes, crippling their trade. That's
a bit illegal.
And the reason they attacked him is he was trying to back out. They were doing too much, and he thought it was too hot.
Okay, I'll download this recording and I'll send it to the instructor. I'll also preface to the instructor to be very careful when playing the reading in front of the docile, just in case. Just because he's in front of them, kind of thing. It has some very serious implications about their criminality.
All right, so you're gonna say that when you get back to the ship?
Yep.
All right. Well, you're pretty much done here now, so you can, instructor, you can beam them back to the ship. Say we're ready to go.
Instructor Villar, please beam us out.
And you're back on the ship.
Mm-hmm. I suppose I'd get I'd also request that. I'd also suggest to the instructor have a security detail on the docile.
All right. So you're talking to Gab. Gab's like, I agree. I say, how about you go down and stand as security for the time being?
Good. Can Soft come with me?
I'm sorry.
Can Soft come with me because he's also a security officer, security cadet.
Very well.
Yeah, Soth is slightly reluctant to leave tactical, but when he's told to, he will.
Actually, you know what? Gab would keep you in tactical because the docile were attacked.
Yeah, that was his thought.
Yeah.
He'll also comment.
DJ would have mentioned.
Well, actually, no.
DJ
I
would
was
have
about to make. Oh no, you first, Mac.
DJ would have made the comment like he's probably needed up on the bridge. Better.
Unlike Unlike the GM, I do retcon because, I screw up order of things all the time. So I do retcon that never happened. Gav never sent them down to. Okay, so meanwhile, you guys go down to the med bay to keep an eye on your guest. And on the bridge, long-range sensors detect a ship moving at high warp on an intercept course. The person on sensors would be the ops person. I forgot who that was already.
Me, probably. Fuck, I don't remember.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so, Captain, long-range sensors indicate that there is a ship in an intercept course at high warp.
Understood. Can you identify it?
Yeah, let me get a scan.
Reason science, difficulty 1.
I passed with a 6 and a 6.
Awesome. It's a Dominion ship.
Dominion ship in intercept course, Captain.
I wonder what they want. Understood. And as soon as it gets in hailing range, you get a hailing signal.
Captain, we're being hailed.
And he says, all right, on screen. And on screen pops up, and you see a Vorta. If you remember, it's the Vorta that interacted with the Orions when O'Brien was undercover. It's that Vorta.
Okay.
Yeah, I think his name's Gelnon.
Gelnon, okay. Greetings, my name is Gelnon. I wish to extend my greetings from the Dominion. Well, what is it that we can do for you? The Dominion has been having issues with some Delta Alpha Quadrant species. We were hoping we could discuss the issue with you. Please hold it. And he tells you to, mute it. Ops, he tells you to mute the audio.
Muting, sir.
What do you guys... he would ask, so what do you guys think is going on here?
Well,
Honestly, go ahead.
please carry. It seemed that they were, they've likely run into the Orions and are trying to hunt the Orions back to the source of the information. They've come here for that reason.
Unmute. Alright, we'll meet you on board our ship. When you're in transporter range, let us know. I look forward to it. And the communication ends.
End of communication, Captain.
And then right after that, you detect another ship approaching, also at high warp.
Captain, long-range sensors just detected another ship on an intercept course.
And this one you don't need to roll for. It's massive. It's an infamous dreadnought.
And you guys also get a hail from this dreadnought.
Captain, we are being hailed from an infamous dreadnought.
Terrific. On screen.
on screen is a man in dark military armor, and he has an eye patch covering a scarred eye, and he's got really dark hair, like a dark beard that could be black, could be really dark brown, you don't know. But he has this look about him, like he's unlike the Vorta, who was very kind of, Vorta are generally very kind of flippant and diplomatic. I guess I would say he is very serious, and you could just tell that he is trying to intimidate, and that is his only goal. And he says, "I am War Admiral Tavel, also known as Dren 299. I am a diplomat with the infamous Armada. I order you all to stand down and wait for my arrival."
What is this about?
That is for me to discover. It seems one of our Dominion dreadnoughts has decided to go off book and speak with Starfleet, and I want to know why.
They say they're having an issue with an Alpha Quadrant species and want us to address it.
As I said, I will decide if that is the truth or not. TID the fuck out. And then he hits a button and the screen goes black.
Jerk. Alright, well, looks like we're holding a diplomatic function.
How often do the infamous have these diplomatic functions?
Usually a diplomatic function is consisted of several disruptor exchanges and then an explosion. But this may be different.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. You don't know yet. There's no way to know. They're all very predictable.
I'm gonna say, when Carava hears about this, she might suggest maybe we get our top two phases, just in case.
If you've done any briefings about the infamous, that would make absolutely no difference.
Basically, DJ has interacted with the Drain clone before.
Let's get ready to hold the luxurious Dren 299. He says in obvious disdain.
And I'll also let you guys know that this ship is going at like medium warp. It's not like it's not trying to get to you super fast. It's probably at like warp 7 or something like that, which it could go way faster than that. So you could tell that he's not in a hurry, so to speak. And if he wanted to just show up and blow you out of existence, he could easily do that. But it seems like he's actually taking his time and perhaps maybe gonna be a bit more diplomatic than normal. He did say he was a diplomat, so.
Okay, he calls all personnel to a meeting in the situation room.
Soth will attend.
As will Tully.
DJ as well.
Oh yeah, Carava will be there.
Well, we have a Dominion representative and an infamous representative heading towards us as we speak. For various reasons, I want as much personnel in that room as possible.
Agreed, Captain.
You have to tiptoe around them quite literally. I know
How do you know this?
Did I ever tell you that I was part of the S unit?
Out of character, Mac. I didn't hear that.
He says I was part of a unit before it got transferred over to here, and I've been relatively got some knowledge on about drone clones before. Interaction of one Pacific. He always told me stories about it. About drone clones.
I'll kind of narrow his eyes
yeah.
a little bit, otherwise makes no further mention of it.
Because the captain of the unit actually was the person who sponsored me to come here.
I'll state that he's keeping quiet.
All right.
Gravel will say, yeah, I think I remember you mentioning that back on that World of the Wolf, I think.
Yeah. Plus, you have to tiptoe around them, but you can do it diplomatically, Captain. It's easy. It's easy but hard.
We'll just take it as it comes. But I want all of you in there in various positions. We'll arrange seating as the time arises. All right, dismissed.
Hi, Captain.
As time passes, he gets ready to agree to the Vorda who arrived first, and he'll have two of you with him. Data's head.
Aye, aye.
And the transporter operator says, all right, we have a lot. And Gav would say, energize. And there's a Vorda with two Jem'Hadar soldiers, one on either side. And he goes, thank you so much for seeing me.
Who's that next to me?
Yeah, you're there. Yes, you're like behind the Gav.
But you mentioned there was two people.
Yeah, you and Data's head are there.
Oh. Okay. Krava will do the Federation sort of greeting, and I guess she'll right this way, and she'll direct the Vorta to I guess some kind of some was it conference room or something, some kind of
conference room.
Something that we just put together. I assume. And she'll look up over at the Jem'Hadar and just think about wanting to fight one of them. She'll just be like she'll be like sizing them up kind of thing.
And the Jem'Hadar does the same to you.
and when he looks at her, she'll sort of give she'll give her like a polite smile, but she's like, I want to fight him.
And he just turns, looks away, and straight ahead again.
Out of kind of question, but I'm guessing it would be covered in like this unspoken understanding or in a bit of a brief, which is considering this is an admiral and a Vorta in a diplomatic chit-chat with a captain, is it the expectation that all the cadets in the room are room meet and we're there to sit there and fill up the room, but otherwise keep our mouths shut? Or is this something where contributions are going to be actively encouraged?
Gav would say, since you are just cadets, don't speak unless spoken to.
Okay, what the fuck did I miss?
Oh, dear.
Not much. Not much.
You guys just rescued a
Please.
you just rescued some docile from a transport in a nebula that got shot at by some Orions, and now you're about to be doing some diplomacy with a Vorta and some Jem'Hadar.
Oh. Okay.
Yep, that's the long and the short of it.
Please.
And a drunk clone is on the way.
Yeah, and Corvinus is sizing up the Jem'Hadar.
Well, no, Corvinus is and Karava is.
Yeah.
I see.
All right, everybody gets the Vorta situated, and now it's time to receive the drunk clone. This time he'll have Edgeford and Carnivorous with him.
All right, Soth
All right,
will be there.
the Gav will look to the transporter chief. He rolls his eyes and goes, "Energize."
So right before whoever's at transport begins to transport the Dren clone over, War Admiral Tavel, he just appears in the middle of the room, and he's alone. It appears that he's alone. The transportation he uses seems to be kind of like something out of the ordinary that you guys haven't really seen. It's just kind of like a shimmer rather than like it doesn't have a color. Basically, it just kind of shimmers him into existence. And he looks around at everybody that's here, which is probably not that many people, and he says, he looks to, is it Glav who's in the transporter room or someone else?
Yes, Glav.
He looks to Glav and he says, "Really, a lieutenant commander to greet me? I would have assumed you at least brought a commodore in."
Glav would respond, "I'm the highest rank on board's lieutenant commander."
Well, that's fine. I probably won't be here that long. Anyway, so that ship out there, the Dosai ship, apparently was working against, at least the Dominion claim that they were working against them. But I've got to make sure that my Dominion underlings know who's the boss around here. So I just want to make sure that they're not trying to, get in bed with the Orions and the Federation, to kind of maybe, I don't know, kind of try to undermine the Infamous's authority, because he doesn't like that. And as a representative of the Infamous, well, I think we all know what we're capable of. So yeah, lead away. Take me to this supposedly peaceful Vorta that you were talking to earlier.
All right, this way.
All right, he follows.
And as he's walking, the look on his face is me,
Yeah.
So, since Soth is doing the escorting, has he seen the lieutenant commander do the meh? Soth will have an entirely straight face, but he's thinking, "You're gonna get caught."
you just know you're gonna get caught.
So I got a question. How am I gonna show up here?
Well, I mean, we could just say you were in like another part of the ship when all this other stuff went down, and then you were called to, be security escort
Probably.
or something. Yeah. But yeah, you and Edgeford are there. So, in fact, actually, as Dren is following you guys, he turns to look at the two cadets, and he just shakes his head and he chuckles. He's like, "All right, so this is a training vessel, I assume."
Wow, you must be a genius.
I'll remember
Mark the
that.
astute observation.
Does Corvinus say that?
No.
I mean, you can if you want.
I see.
All right, so we get to the conference room. The board is sitting there. He looks at the Impus and he bods his head in respect.
War Admiral Tavel does the same, but you got anyone with any eyeballs that's looking in his general direction can tell that he doesn't feel the same respect back. He's just doing it, as kind of like a, something that it's expected to be done, and so he does it and then sits down.
All right, and now that everyone's here, we can discuss why we're here. And the board says, we've been having frequent attacks by the Orion Syndicate against our shipping lanes. Quite impressive how efficient they are, but it's crippling our economy and it must stop.
Oh, boo-hoo, Dren says. Look, you are a multi-sector culture, and with a powerful military and government, you're telling me that you can't handle a few Orion pirates. Come on, I don't buy it.
And they strike with brutal efficiency, and we believe with the help of the Dosai know exactly where to hit and how to hit and where to hide.
I have a great way to solve that. Eliminate the Dosai homeworld, and then they'll stop helping them.
Even if we had the means, the Dosai are subject to the Dominion. We don't kill a whole population unless it's warranted.
Yeah, tell that to the Cardassians. Anyway, so how about we just cut to the chase here? He looks around and he's mainly focused on the cadets, and he says, "Do these people have to be here? They're just filling up space in here. I don't see what the point. They're not going to do anything against. Even this Jemadar here could take all of them out probably by himself."
Gab would say they're here for moral support.
It's like sidewards glance over to Soth.
Soth doesn't do the sideways glance back, but he's kind of thinking, "Yeah, we might be able to take the Jem'Hadar, but we are entirely useless in this meeting." And when the guy says, "Oh, they're here for moral support," Soth is privately thinking, "Okay, you either just look weak or you look silly."
Yeah, the Dren clone just looks at him like, "Really?"
Basically, DJ just grins at the sight of you there. It's a grin like he won't be able to take us all on. Because he DJ knows that there can be unforeseen consequences to that.
Yeah, because Dren clones are so known for looking into the future and predicting what's gonna they're pretty impulsive.
Yeah.
But he's gonna. Oh, go ahead.
The board would say, now the Orions have given us a solution. There are some Orions that left the Syndicate and fled to, what is that, Blora? I'm sorry.
You told
Blora?
me the planet. Hold on, I gotta look at the map. Oh yeah, Virala, yeah, which is like 40 sectors away.
A bunch of Orions fled the Syndicate and fled to the planet Virala and have since became Browan citizens. They want those deserters and their families, or else they'll continue the blockades. They're now Dominion citizens, so that is unacceptable. You as the Federation are responsible for this Alpha Quadrant pest that you were not able to stop in your own your own quadrant. So now they're spread out to another one.
So there's two planets we have to destroy. Got it.
I'm glad we would just look at the infamous and thinking in his head, yes, Bryza, but he doesn't. All right.
Tavel will ask Gelnon, are you suggesting that the Orion Crime Syndicate will just leave the Gamma Quadrant if you give them what was it you said, the people who left the syndicate? Is that all they want? Why don't you just give it to them?
Because they're now Dominion citizens, and doing so would be committing all those people to death.
And that's a bad thing?
We are trying to press the Vernhalas. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know who it is. We're trying to pressure them into agreeing with the syndicate, but they're resisting.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know what we do when people resist? We squash that. You just take out their whole planet if you got to. You guys the Dominion used to have the stomach for that kind of thing, but nowadays they're just, to be completely honest, you guys are pretty weak. That's why we own you now. Just putting that out there.
Glav would turn and look at the other officers in the room, which would be the other instructor that's here. So that would be, forgot the instructor's name.
Valer.
Yep. Yeah, he looks to Valera like, what do you think?
Honestly, I see no benefit from dying today, so I believe the logical course of action would be to hand them over.
I mean, to be completely honest, for the sake of argument, let's just assume that my ship has the Dosai already. I'm not worried about the Dosai. We can handle the Dosai. It's the Dominion coming to the Starfleet and the Federation complaining about the Orions. That's my biggest concern, because if they can't handle some pirates, then we need to relook at our arrangement. We'll just say that. Maybe you guys shouldn't just be part of our little empire. Maybe you should be beneath it. Let's just say that. How about that? Because, like I said, the Dosai, not a problem. We can handle them. Like I said, for the sake of argument, let's just assume we've already got the Dosai. Because it wouldn't be any trouble at all to take them from you. But the Orions, we don't even know where they are. Neither did the Dominion.
And Guy would say, and you expect us to find them?
I mean, they're attacking your trade routes.
He looks at Lieutenant Commander Gav. What about the data we got off?
Yes, we can bring that data to their attention. We have received evidence that the Dosai were in fact working with the syndicate, and he gives a data pad that's a copy of the file.
Who's he give it to? Does he give it to Tavel or the Vorda?
He puts it in between the Vorda and the infamous.
Okay, he glances at it and just shrugs, and he says, doesn't change the fact that they should be able to take care of a little pirate problem. Can't be more than a dozen ships. Just wipe them out and we're done. I don't understand why they're here. And talking to the Federation. Look, the Federation are pretty much our mortal enemies. Like in every universe that we invade, they're the ones that are the last to be conquered. Every single frickin' time. So why are we talking to them? We need to be making plans, no offense, he looks around the room, to exterminate every last person in the Alpha Quadrant, not making deals.
Gav would look around the room to the cadets. Within reason, anybody have anything to say? Now is the time to say it.
And in every universe, you're predictable.
He looks over.
I said within.
Yeah,
I said within reason.
Yeah.
Soth is just thinking, why are you provoking these people? Just be quiet.
He glances up and down
Yeah.
Johnson. He says, interesting. Definitely not human, but looks very, very close to it. Has something in his head that's neither positronic nor neurological. I might need you. I might have to come back for you one day. I'll remember you.
Are you now if everybody's done antagonizing each other, can we return to the business at hand?
Sure, but I don't see any business to be had here. I could, like I said, take out the Docite, take out the Orions. I could do that in an afternoon. I don't know why the Dominion's having such a hard time with it. Why they had to come to the Federation.
To be fair on the Dominion, the Orions are quite a bit more than simple pirates. They're very organized, very efficient, and undyingly loyal. Because disloyalty means death.
Oh, my kind of people. But that doesn't change the fact that, it's the Dominion. The biggest, second biggest power in the Gamma Quadrant. Can't handle a few ships that don't even have home field advantage. To me, I think, he points he jabs a finger towards Gelnon. He says, I think you're a traitor. I think you're trying to seek asylum with the Federation, and when we get out of this, I am having you executed.
Oh, it'll be the next one then. I can't remember his name, whatever.
Who, Gelnon?
Geldon, yeah. Well, it would be Geldon 5 then.
He actually chuckles at that. He's like, okay, maybe not. You've got a good sense of humor. But I still don't trust anything about this. I don't trust anyone in this room. I mean, the only reason I'm here is because I'm a clone too. And if I die, my memories get uploaded somewhere else and it's fine. But, and the only reason I haven't destroyed every ship in this situation is twofold. One, it's kind of entertaining to sit here and talk to you people. And number two, I don't need the hassle from the Dominion or the Federation. So, it's interesting, though, that you decided to come to the Gamma Quadrant, make an academy base or whatever it is that you have over there. That's very interesting. I might have to visit you guys sometime.
Well, can we ask questions?
DJ goes, or you could just enslave the Orions that are attacking them.
You know what? I like how you think. I'm doing that instead.
Soth is just dying.
Glaive glares at him for saying that one.
If Cravo could ask a question, should I have the eye patch? If you're a clone, why do you have an eye patch?
I mean, because it's cool. I got in a fight and I got cut and I was like, I could heal it or I could wear a cool eye patch. And I thought, I'm gonna wear a cool eye patch. That's just my, that was going on in my head. I wasn't like, we got the technology. We can heal scars and have new, I could have a bionic eye and that would be fine. But, I really thought it would be cool.
So if you die and you come back, do you come back with no eye?
With the what? The eye? The scar? No.
Yeah, do you come back to the Scar, or do
No,
you,
no,
or do you like?
no, no.
Okay.
Nah, it's not like that.
That's a little
So
unclear.
you don't. So if you lift up your eye patch, there'd be no eye under there, would there?
Well, I mean, I can show you. And he pulls up the eye patch, and you see a bionic eye that, like, you could tell. Who here is, if anyone has any security background, you could totally see that he could shoot lasers out of it, and then he puts the eye patch back.
Yeah. You can also probably see through the eye patch.
Yeah.
But so that's a little unclear on what it is the Dominion even want from the Federation at this point.
You asked that?
No,
we
he's been told to keep his mouth shut, so he's keeping his mouth shut.
No, I gave people permission to talk within reason.
Oh, okay. Would Soth actually do it? Because he will. You know what? Hang on, just for the sake of moving roleplay along, he will. He will ask, "What is it that you hope to gain from the Federation in this conversation?" To the Vorta.
We were hoping you could intervene on our behalf, maybe show us ways to defend against them. You've been dealing with them a lot longer than we have.
Because in his own mind, he's not saying this out loud. If all they're after is training from the Federation, they're not asking the Federation to do anything in the Federation's territory, because the Dren clone is right. This is pathetic. Which makes it think that there's something else going on here that he's not understanding.
If the Infamous is involved, there's always something else going on involved.
I know, right? That's like a given. The Vorta says now the Orions have the Orion Syndicate has stated that they would be willing to let the families of the traitors go in exchange for a reparation. We're trying to get the money for the reparations, but they I insist on taking the taking the traitors back.
So, like out of character, I'm confused. So, the Orion Syndicate are hunting down people who have betrayed them.
Yes.
Are those? Is that being suggested that those are the Orion pirates who fled from here?
No. The Orion pirates are the Orion Syndicate using trade routes to put pressure on the Dominion to give up the traitors. And at this point, the Vorta says, let's see. I'm sorry, I got lost here.
That's okay, I know how it is.
DJ goes, have you talked to the boss of the Orion Syndicate?
We have not. We were hoping you would know how to get in touch with them. And Glav says, well, we have some resources, but the Orions have existed for as long as they have for a reason.
If you can send somebody undercover to go infiltrate the syndicate, you could easily find out who the boss is.
We know around about an area they might have a base. You could go snooping there looking for them.
I guess. She'll be confused and look over at the instructor.
Well, and then Glab is looking over the communication, and he goes, "Huh, never mind. There's a communication ID embedded in the communication. You have a direct line to whoever sent that communication."
He goes, Can I have a look at it for a minute and see if I can track where that location is?
What was that? I'm sorry.
He goes, Can I have a look at that so I can track the location of where it came from?
Well, yeah, you can use it to send a communication.
I'll do that.
Are you gonna ask Glab before you do that, or are you just gonna contact a member of the Orion Syndicate?
He goes, Glav, Lieutenant Commander, can I actually contact the member of the Orion Syndicate? Track him down?
Yes, you have permission.
He literally, he writes it up, and then, but underneath, but he wants to put a tracking underneath the writing, so he can track where it goes.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Basically, he's gonna write it up. And basically, he wants to put underneath what he's writing up, a tracking device to where it goes to.
All right, that's gonna be a control engineering roll, difficulty 5.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna use my determination to go Inquisitive Explorer. I am gonna use... Oh, yeah. I'll give you two threat. 2 dice.
All right. Well, you definitely do not get a return signal, but what does your message say?
Basically, he's writing up that he's very interested in the very tactics of what they're actually doing, and he wants to know how to, he wants to learn more on how they actually do it, and
I'm going to intervene. The message you have permission to send is specifically to a contact to discuss this whole trader situation.
And then basically he's putting at the end, like, oh, plus, we're very interested in getting to the bottom of the trader situation of... Can you please send me a return email, please? Message.
Within a few minutes, you get a return message that asks for coordinates for a rendezvous.
He sends the coordinates.
Okay, ETA 4 days.
We've got about 4 days wait, Lieutenant Commander.
You have the hospitality of our ship in the meantime. I suggest we wait and see what we can work out with the Orion.
Did you say this in front of my character, Tavel?
Yes.
Okay. He's like, he does that thing where he's in a chair, so he slaps his hands on the armrest and stands up quickly. He's like, well, I'm killing everyone. See you guys. He's not waiting 4 days.
Trev just looks up at him like, what am I gonna do? So he's not waiting 4 days. What did he do? Leave?
Well, he's getting up. He's been on his feet for like 2 seconds at this point, but he's getting up and is heading for the door. He hasn't activated any kind of transporter device or anything yet, but if anyone does want to say something or stop him, they're free to try.
He goes, why not stay here and actually...
Why? 4 days on this little ship? I would kill myself. I'm not doing it. I'm not staying here for 4 days.
But,
Sothel intervene. Oh no, carry on, Matt.
But then you don't get to capture the boss chick or some of the syndicate members to actually find out where the rest of them are.
Well, first of all, he looks over to Gelnon. He says, first of all, I know who's in charge of the Orion Syndicate. I don't care. That's not my concern. My concern is that Orion pirates came into the Gamma Quadrant, and instead of being blown into bits like they're supposed to be, the Dominion let them target their trade routes and let the Dosai get away with giving them information, and then came to the Federation for help. That's the problem. I have no problem with going out there and killing a bunch of Orion pirates. That's just what I do. I mean, I've been killing people since I was like 10 years old. But dealing with this Galnon fella and the Dominion is like pulling teeth. I mean, we had a dreadnought just a few weeks ago where the Dominion literally tried to overthrow the infamous and the Dren clone captain of that dreadnought. And we had some brave people that stopped them, but if they hadn't done that, then the Dominion would have taken over the ship. And it's like, the Dominion are just not good people to deal with. And he looks over at Gelnon and he says, you know, I changed my mind. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not imprisoning you or taking you back or anything like that. Do what you want, because I don't care. It doesn't matter. But deal with the pirates, or I'm going to deal with the Dominion. That's just the bottom line. I'm going to deal with the Dominion and the Dosai if you don't deal with the pirates. If you can't deal with the pirates, with or without the Federation's help, I'm going to deal with everybody. And y'all know how that's going to end. And then he doesn't even push a button. He just vanishes.
Gab would sigh and say, all right, well, we have a few day wait until the representative gets here.
Captain, if I may, this is Tolly speaking. Which way? I have a feeling that this is not going to end well for any of us. I would suggest that maybe if the Vorta are being truthful, that they would send more ships. I know how their economy is being drained right now, but maybe if they sent a couple of corvettes to help us, we'd probably take care of this, like, real quickly.
Very well, we can do that. That's the Vorta.
I
Sir,
was just thinking.
I'm sorry that I interrupted this. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's very private. So I was just thinking, why do we keep talking about these people in front of their faces? And we have now just invited people to cross our border. But yeah, no, he realizes talking more is just going to make the situation worse. So he's keeping his mouth shut until Dominion people are out of the room.
And you guys do get a report from whoever's left in the bridge that the Dosai ship was destroyed by the dreadnought, and then the dreadnought vanished from sensors.
Oh, the jumping capability.
All right, all right.
I'm gonna turn to the instructor and I'm just gonna ask, what are the chances that those infamous people were probably assisting the Dosai and assisting the Orions?
At this point, Soth is actually going to say something out loud, and he will say, "Can we please reserve these conversations for when we are in private?"
Yeah, okay.
Agreed. Agreed. Gav would say and glare at everybody in the room. And the Vorta would say,
I'm gonna say she probably said that on purpose in front of the Vorta to put that like as a mind worm inside the Vorta's head.
The Vorta would say, well, we will wait back on our ship. Contact us when they arrive. And the Vorta gets up with the 2 Jem'Hadar and they leave. And now Gav says, all right, now's the time to talk like that.
I think Soth will say, leaning back slightly, we have to be very careful about taking anything from the seemingly casual mention that the clone made of an attempted insurrection by elements of the Dominion. It's probably there as bait for us to try and get these people to lure them over to our side and plant agents amongst our own men. He would not have mentioned that by accident in our faces.
I think Soth is onto something about that, because that's what they usually try and do. It's a tactic of theirs.
If anything, it is in our interests to allow or even facilitate the continued Orion attacks. The only drawback being the potential arrival of the Dreadnought.
As well as their effect on Dominion as well.
Perhaps that would be a way of dealing with this situation. Not to tell the Orion that they should end the attacks as part of a deal to get their traitors back, but rather... Sorry, that was an out-of-character sound of pain. But rather to tell them or remind them of the reality of the situation, their location is known and they are likely to be wiped out, and simply to suspend the attacks for a while in the name of their own self-preservation, and then they can resume activities in some other way at some other time.
The Syndicate base is not known in the Gamma Quadrant. It's only the good guys, the good Orions.
Okay. Okay, in that case, we put a little less stock in the Dren clones' threat to just wipe them out.
And I don't know if you got my message, Durlock, but I sent you a private message of what my character's doing.
Yeah, I got it. All right. Well, anyways, the meeting wraps up and everybody goes back to their duty stations. Ops, you see on sensors that the Dominion ship is headed towards Dosai.
And you guys would also find out that, like, soon after, unless, I mean, I'm assuming you guys had shields, but to be honest, I don't even know if that would work against a ship that he has, but the Dosai that were in your sickbay have been beamed to his ship.
Okay. I probably would have suggested that we do that anyway. would have.
DJ would say it's useless to even put the shields up.
Soth is, however, incensed. He's not surprised, but he is incensed at the idea that people have just been abducted straight from their ship.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
He goes, "You're lucky it's not the other way around. They put something on the ship."
Or abducted you.
All right.
I'm gonna say, Gravel would suggest maybe sending a report back to Starfleet about what just happened.
Oh, I'm reporting all of this to Starfleet. Don't you worry. All right. So time goes by. It's now time for the meeting. The Vorta come back, and they get taken to the room, and now it's time to receive the Orion syndicate leader.
Before the meeting takes place, since it's been a few days, Soth would ask that it's made very clear from command, the lieutenant commander, exactly what our objective is in this mission. What's our in this meeting? What's our negotiating position? So we don't start improvising partway through the meeting. We all know we've been given orders about what we are to achieve, and ideally a strategy about how to get there.
If we have a way of resolving the situation and allowing the Orions to stay where they are, that's what the Renegade Orions, I mean, that's what we're to shoot for.
Okay, and what's the sort of acceptable things that get offered up in the negotiation? A cessation of all attacks, a handing over of compensation. What's the other side of that deal that we're looking to get?
We can offer compensation. I'm not sure what else we could offer aside from compensation.
Okay. Soth would comment in advance that if the Federation were to pay for the crimes of the Orion Syndicate, it would send a very, very poor message. In a case, oh yeah, we'll just pay for the acts of third parties. You can just come bill us. That would send the wrong message, he thinks.
Also, Durlock, I sent you a sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I just want to remind Durlock I sent him more messages, and more than likely the Dominion, Gelnon, his ship, they would have got the message of what happened.
All right, just a second. While Gav is in the ready room, he gets a message, and then he comes out and says, "The infamous attack Dosai, killing millions, and then bombed Barala, killing hundreds of thousands. Now he's on his way back here."
Just out of curiosity, how does Gelnon react to finding out? The Vorta, I mean.
The Vorta is absolutely flabbergasted, and also he's saying, "Well, it's definitely 5 now."
Yeah, so the clone didn't even wait for the result, he just killed loads of people, and will kill more if the result isn't what he wants.
Yep, typical of them.
All right,
These
now
people have an empire. Carry on.
Now everybody's in the meeting room, and finally the Orion is brought in. It's Orion female. All men in the room, seeing her, feel instantly smitten.
Of course.
She looks around. She looks around the room. The look on her in her eyes is like she's sizing everybody up to see how easy they would be to take.
Crumble did the same thing.
DJ just goes, looks at everyone and just shrugs his shoulders like, whatever.
And then she takes her seat. And Gav says, you were brought here today to see if we can settle this dispute. And she cuts him off. I know why I'm here. Return the traders, and we will quit attacking the trade routes. The Vortis says... The Vortis says they are. Varela does not want to give them up. That is of no concern of us. And Gav would say that we have been authorized to offer you compensation for the traders. And she would quickly respond, that is unacceptable. We want them all. Is anybody gonna say anything?
Where was that planet? Where were they at again? To remind me? Was it a planet that had a character? Was it a planet that the infamous bombed?
Varala,
Yeah,
yep.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
the traders are all
but,
dead anyway, but there's no need to let the Orion know that yet.
Yeah. DJ's just thinking. He just shrugs his shoulders and like he comes up with nothing.
Gav then says, well, what if we offer you compensation for the traders' families? They did nothing to you, and you take the traders. They're the ones you're really after. She goes, that's acceptable, but the families must pay compensation, or compensation must be paid on their behalf. It has to be known that you cross the syndicate, even your family pays the price. Very well. We can iron out the details. You agree to stop all attacks on Orion shipping lanes. Indeed, for the time being, we do.
Add a character just to make sure I'm not getting confused again. Do you mean Dominion shipping lanes or Orion shipping lanes?
Dominion shipping lanes. Fine, if that's settled, and she gets up to leave. And if no one stops her, she just leaves, and the Vorta says, well, that went very smoothly.
What if he waits till the woman actually leaves, and he goes, what if she won't even know that they might be dead? How are you gonna explain that?
The syndicate wants them to kill them, so I don't think they'll care if they're already dead.
Well, as
Okay.
long as the bodies can be delivered. If you claim they're dead and there are no bodies, they may just say it's a ruse to continue to allow them to live in
Yeah.
secret.
Exactly. If there's no bodies there, Terrell has just shot himself in the foot.
The guy would say, well, our mission was to resolve the immediate situation. We did that. And the board would say, if there's nothing else, I need to be getting back to the Dominion. Obviously, they're going to want to get the next clone out as soon as possible.
Yep.
Sorry, that was really good. I guess Durlock disappeared. ETA 1 hour.
Yeah.
just put that out there. ETA 1 hour. Hopefully he's not gone permanently. It doesn't look like.
Yeah.
I think I don't think maybe he doesn't notice, but yeah, it kind of happened a couple of times to me today.
Yeah, I noticed it happened to both Durlock and Karava a couple times.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
I hate this program on the phone.
Yep.
Alright, so the board gets up and leaves. And now everybody's sitting around at the table.
Does the Vorta and the Jem'Hadar, did they go back to their ship and warp away?
Yeah, they left.
Okay, whoever's in the bridge of this ship will detect that the Dreadnought changes course. Instead of heading for you, it follows the Dreadnought, the Dominion ship.
Captain,
go ahead.
Captain, the Dreadnought is following the Vorta ship.
Well, he may not have to wait long to become the next clone. Let's get back to charting this nebula.
Let me say one thing real quick, just for humor's sake. Cadet Hines walks out of his quarters, stretching and yawning. He's like, "So, what'd I miss?"
DJ's just gonna slap the forehead like.
Yeah, in a canteen at some point, probably like off shift or when we're back on the planet or something. So I was going to be having a conversation with people along the lines of, so how long do you think the infamous allegiance is going to last if they kill tens of millions of people over an embarrassment and a few bars of gold pressed latinum? Like,
Yeah.
they will rip
They're
themselves to
degenerate
pieces.
as they are, so.
DJ
Their
would
entire
walk up
economy
to
will
you.
collapse.
Wait, what?
DJ will.
Sorry, you cut out
DJ
because you were. What do you say, Edge?
Oh, he just added on to that comment about them collapsing, which is that like their entire economy and industrial base will collapse, and there will be mass civil war and insurrection.
Fucking damn it, Mom.
DJ walks over to you, Soth, and goes, "Wouldn't surprise me if there is an insurrection already."
Funnily enough, every universe they conquered, there's always a resistance movement.
He goes, even in every universe, there is always an insurrection of people who vying for power.
Is that insurrection successful?
I'm back. What the fuck? God fucking
Actually, the last universe, what I've been told,
Go on.
from the friend I made back in S Unit, he said there was a treaty with the infamous Armada and Starfleet.
Soth looks disapproving at that notion.
And plus,
Rowena looks a little
Just-
disgusted with the idea.
but the
The
good thing
infamous
about
was
it
too.
is but the interesting thing about it was we got really good tech. Plus, we were able to dismount their. They got really good tech. Plus, they were able to get their biggest dreadnoughts to be dismantled. So they were only about scale 7 ships.
I have no conception of how that was achieved. Why on earth they would give up that strong position, and a treaty simply to obtain technology is folly. But the destruction of the larger scale ships is more interesting. And it does seem as though that the best way to defeat them is to simply stall them without perpetual eternal conquest. Well, their actions show that they will completely collapse. Nothing is sustainable with that method of behavior. They must, like a plague of locust, move forever onward, and if they don't, they starve.
Yeah, they have a
14th century pandemic that happened on Earth. It was so lethal, it eventually killed off everyone that was infected, thus preventing infection for anyone else.
basically the good thing was that they were able to do it based on there was a civil war happening at the time, and that's how they were able to wiggle around.
Soth has thoughts, but he's not going to say them in front of DJ. But he might say them to Corvinus later.
Corvinus's eyes quietly narrowed.
Which is something along the lines of, well, it would be best if we were to... Well, it would be best, although of course we are but mere cadets and unable to influence this at all. But if we were to somehow find ways of fostering ever greater internal strife and disharmony, more of these piracy attacks, more internal suspicion, more of the infamous turning upon itself will only benefit our own position.
And plus, DJ will say you have to get somebody who's willing. Would mention that in the last universe, it was one Dren clone wanting power. So, if you can find that one power-hungry Dren clone, you could.
Okay, but as noted, he very intentionally has that conversation nowhere where DJ can hear it.
Yeah.
Grover suggests Grover, like, having that small conversation with that guy and listening to him talk. They most likely all are probably power hungry.
It'd be very interesting to get a medical or psychological person to actually study a Dren clone, but I don't think, unless my memory's bad, which it probably is, I don't think in the 5 years I've been doing this game that has ever happened. So that would probably be a very good turning point.
I mean, we do probably have recordings of that meeting where he was there. So like if we have a counselor, maybe they can sort of begin studying them and like other recordings of their meetings and whatnot.
Well, I think
we've had with them.
I think a Tribble could tell that they're psychopaths, but there's probably more to it than that. And the thing is and this is going to happen in one of the episodes of the Legion eventually, but if you could actually either sit down and talk to and actually like get to know a Dren clone, and then also like study him physically and know his history and everything like that, a lot of things make way more sense, but that may come in the future.
Yeah. The difficulty is, in order to get that kind of thing, and this isn't impossible, is you have to have like a cooperative defector or something like that.
Yep.
Or find a way to push the infamous into a perpetual downward spiral of self-destructive tendencies.
Well, and this does actually fit neatly with some of the stuff that comes up in Soth's thesis regarding small, precise strikes at civilian infrastructure. like deep behind enemy lines, because they'll just start ripping themselves to shreds once you knock out a few power plants, a few water treatment facilities, a few mass replicators.
Potential power plants that may cause a triple situation.
Out of character, I've had a character that literally started a full-on riot on a ship, so it is possible to do it.
Yeah.
That was a massive ship, too.
Yes.
Sorry, my mom's talking too much.
It was a Voth city ship, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Mind you, this character was not a drain clone. It was a hologram just wanting to escape.
Yep.
Need just to figure out a setting off point.
Krav will probably ask the captain as well. Are we returning back to the academy soon?
You're gonna finish charting that nebula, then you're going back to the academy.
Yeah. Okay. So should we get to it?
Oh, what I was about to say before the GM talked was, that's the game.
Okay.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay.
Oh no, you're fine. That was funny what you added.
Thank you. Cool.
I hope everybody had a good time.
I loved playing my character.
I'm honestly sorry for being late again, but fortunately this will be the last time for like a while.
Well, that's good.
Kill me.
Once I worked out what was going on, and it's probably my fault I didn't quite understand what was going on at first, but once I worked out what was going on, then yeah, it was engaging, and lots of interesting thoughts about how can we do great damage to these groups of people in the future.
Yeah, these groups of fucking degenerates that still infuriate me, even in my backstory.
Y'all are funny. You know what? You know what the funny part is? I was gonna play him like totally serious, like totally like, you know, not this typical psychopathic, power hungry. More like the manipulative, like very serious and kind of like trying to get a deal for himself. But then the more I was playing his character, I was like, hold on a second. He already knows, like he already has all the information that the Dominion has, more or less. And he basically knows the two planets primarily responsible for all these things going on. I'm just gonna say he goes and bombs the shit out of them and then comes back, and then he's gonna kill the Vorta if he doesn't leave. And yeah, that's pretty much what I decided for him to do. But there was a method to his madness. It just, I don't think it went as planned for anybody, but definitely I don't think it went as planned for him, because yeah, he just wanted to show up and figure out why the Dominion was being such shitheads, and then he found out about this whole Orion situation, and he obviously didn't want to bomb any planets, but he was like, you know what, to get rid of these so-called Orion traitors, that's the best way to do it. So he did it.
Refuses to elaborate, bombs the planet.
Yeah, exactly.
When he said, I'm just going to kill everybody, Soth was about to intervene, but then he had another conversation, and then he was like, yeah, no, I'll kill people if it's not sorted in 4 days, and boop, just disappeared. And he didn't wait 4 days, he just killed people. I was like, oh, okay.
Well, he really bet he was going to kill everyone, like you guys too. And he was going to bomb the Dosai planet and the Varala planet. You know, once I made that decision of like where I wanted to go with his character, I was like, you know what? He's going to do that anyway, because for the Dosai, it's punishment to rebel against the Dominion and the infamous. And then for the Varala, it's to like kill as many potential traitors as possible, so that the pirates have no reason to do anything anymore, and then punish the Dominion for being pussies, basically. That was his mentality. Whether or not they came across that way, probably not, but that was what was going on in his mind. He was mainly upset with the Dominion. He was actually kind of like, okay, the Orions are, you know, okay, cool, they're actually doing something. and he was like kind of impressed with them. But like the Dosai, he just doesn't like people who rebel. And then for the Dominion, he's just like, are you for real? But yeah, no.
I share in his "Are you for real?" assessment.
I think
That's why that's why DJ gave him the idea to just enslave the Orions.
that was the original plan. Like when me and Durlock were coming up with a story, I was like, wouldn't it be cool if they were like, yeah, let's just take the traitors and give them back to the Orion pirates, and then Dren just left and enslaved Virala and it's like, you're mine now, and then the players would be like, oh fuck. Yep. But I thought about it and I was like, you know what, if he just bombs the planet, it takes care of like 90% of the problem, and then he'll just come back and deal with Gelnon. And so that's kind of the direction I went instead. But I thought it was fun. I thought this whole thing was fun.
Well, I can say that's the first time I've ever experienced a unexpected twist in a game I ran.
I'm sorry. I just had this idea and I had to go with it.
No, I liked it. It's just never happened before.
Because to me, it's like the overall story of not just Starfleet Academy, but like the overall story of the entire universe. It would have far-reaching consequences. Him just enslaving another planet to me is like kind of like, yeah, it might be a little more realistic for the character that I initially came up with, but it wouldn't have as far-reaching consequences to like the Alpha Quadrant. Like the Alpha Quadrant is going to find out he bombed a Dominion planet, well, 2 Dominion planets to get rid of some Orion pirates. Like that's also his goal, like to make sure the Alpha Quadrant knows. He wants the Federation and Starfleet to stay away from his territory, basically, and that's kind of his way of doing it, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I like the idea of like making the players feel bad for their decisions, but I also like the idea of like my character just shocking everyone. Like, did he really do that?
No, didn't shock DJ whatsoever. It's like
DJ probably figured that was coming.
Yeah, when he said, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you all," that's why he managed to like try to.
He was like those Dosai he captured from Yard probably long dead by now. But his plan was like finish everybody off and then go for the Academy base next, and he just decided not to do that. So, like the Academy base and you guys would have been like the last group that he kills, but then he's just like, I'll go after the Dominion ship and then we'll see what happens. But I think unless I play him again, and I don't think that's gonna happen. There might be another diplomacy game. And speaking of which, and I don't mean to interject here, Durlock, but I was thinking about the next Starfleet Academy game, and unfortunately Josh is having. In fact, I need to call him or text him and see how his mom's doing. But he's having some family issues and some issues there. So I just want to let you guys know that he won't be playing any more games with us for this foreseeable future. He might